Hello guys. So now today we are starting with your 10th standard subject mathematics part 1, which is also called as algebra. Now if you have your syllabus, we are starting with 6th chapter, that is statistics. So now let us take some introduction about statistics. What is statistics? Statistics is nothing but a mathematical tool to analyze some quantitative data. Okay, so now there are so many fields in which statistics is used, like example agriculture, economics, commerce, medicines, chemistry, education, etc., etc. There are so many sectors in which such statistical tools are being used to analyze the data and to draw a particular opinion from that data. So now let us talk about this different types of data. There are total three types of data. First is raw data. In raw data, what we see is there is only data. There are no other things given. Now let us take an example. Here marks of 5 different students are being given. First student has scored 5 marks, second student has scored 8 marks, third student has scored 12 marks, whereas fourth student has scored 20 marks, and the fifth student has scored 5 marks. So this is just a data. This kind of data where nothing else is given is called as what? Raw data. Second is group discrete data. In such kind of data, there are always two columns given. First is column of data and second is for frequency. Now in this example, you can see that there is number of exams taken by a particular college or university or school or classes, and in second column they have given number of students who have attempted this examination. So now there are 5 students who have attempted only one exam, whereas there are 8 students who has attempted 2 exams, 12 students have attempted 3 examinations, 20 students have attempted 4 exams, and at the end there are only 5 students who have attempted all the 5 exams, and in total there are 50 students. So this is how group discrete data is being represented, whereas we have two particular data. One is the actual data, that is number of exams held, and second is frequency, that is number of students. Now let us talk about group continuous data. In group continuous data, again we have two particular elements. First is the original data which we are talking about is, and second is frequency. But here there is a difference between group discrete data and group continuous data. Now what is the difference? Here you can easily identify that in discrete data we had a single number as a class, but in continuous data we have a particular class. Like example, here this data represents exam taken of 100 marks, and out of those 100 marks there are different classes. Like example, first you can see that the first class is for those students who have scored 0 to 20 marks. Second class is for those students who have scored from 20 to 40 marks, and third 40 to 60, then 60 to 80, and last 80 to 100. And the number of students is also called as frequency. So from this data we can identify that there are 5 students who have scored less than 20 marks. There are 8 students who have scored marks between 20 to 40. There are 12 students who have scored marks between 40 to 60. 20 students have scored marks between 60 to 80. And at the end only 5 students have scored marks between 80 to 100. And again there are total 50 students. So this is how there are total 3 types of data. But what we are going to study is we are going to study some statistical tools, okay, to analyze such kind of group continuous data. So now what we are going to study is measures of central tendency. It is one of the very famous, okay, and very well known concept. There are 3 different measures of central tendencies. One is mean, second is median, and third is mode. Of course you might have studied about this or you might have heard about these concepts. Mean talks about the average of whole data, whereas median divides the data into two equal parts, and mode represents the data having highest frequency. Now let us start with mean. To solve mean, we have three different methods. First is direct method, second is assumed mean method, and third is step deviation method. So we can say that to calculate mean, we have three different methods. So don't worry about this. We are going to learn all these methods one by one. So first of all, let us start with mean using direct method. We will take some example whereby we are going to use the formula. So let us understand the formula for this. What is the formula? Formula for calculating mean says xi into fi divided by n. This can also be written as summation of fi into xi divided by summation of fi. Are you understanding this? So this formula talks about the calculation of mean. We will understand with the use of some example. First example is the percentage of marks of 50 students in a test is given in the following table. Find the mean of percentage. This data is given to you where there are two different rows. First row is talking about percentage of marks, which is given in a class form, whereas second row is talking about number of students, which can be considered as frequency. So now, how to solve this example? How to solve this question? So let us see. First of all, we have to convert this horizontal data into vertical form. See here, we are going to make this two column. First is percentage of marks, which will be considered as class, and second, number of students, which will be considered as frequency. Frequency is represented with fi. Now we will substitute this data into this table. Now going ahead, we have to calculate, or we have to make two more columns. One is for class mark, that is xi, which we'll need in our formula, and second is fi xi. This column can be calculated with the help of multiplication of column fi with multiplication of column xi. Okay, so now how to calculate this class mark? How to calculate this class mark? To calculate class mark, we have to take middle value from this class. We have to take middle value from this class. Say for example, this class is 0 to 20. This class is 0 to 20 and I want to calculate this class mark. So what is the middle value of 0 to 20? Yes, of course, that's 10. Okay, in the same manner, second class, that is 20 to 40. So what is the middle value of your second class? Of course, that is 30. So this is how we can find out this class mark. Now the question arises, how to calculate this fi/xi? How to calculate this fi/xi? Of course, it is very simple. This can be calculated by multiplying column fi with column xi. So here, say for example, 3 multiplied by 10, of course that will be 30. Then 7 multiplied by 30, that will be 210, and so on. So this is how we have to calculate all this value by multiplying column fi with column xi. Now we have completed our table. Now what is the next step? For calculation of mean, as per the formula, what we need is, we need summation of xi fi, or you can say summation of fi xi. So here this is our column sub fi xi. This is the column fi xi. We have to get total of this. We have to get total of this column. Okay. Secondly, what we need is, in denominator we need n. N is nothing but summation of fi. It is total frequency. N represents total frequency. It is also called as summation of fi. So now let us calculate this. Total of this column comes to 50. That is summation of fi. And total of this column comes to summation of xi fi 2840. Now what we have to do is, we have to apply the formula. So by applying this formula of mean, we have to substitute the values. At the place of submission of FIXI, we can substitute 2840 from here and 50 from here. By solving this, you will get answer as 56.8, and yes, this is your final answer. So how we will write the final answer? They have asked for the percentage of marks, okay, and they have given mean percentage, so we have to find the mean percentage of his data. So answer can be written as the mean of the percentage is equals to 56.8. so I hope it is very simple to calculate mean using Dirac method. Now I'm giving you some examples to solve this, okay, so I'm giving you some example for practice. Now let us have some example. First question, they are talking about the following table shows the number of students and time they have utilized daily for their studies. Now we have to find the mean time spent by students, and this is of course using Dirac method. So now again the same manner, you have to solve in the same manner as we have solved the question. Let us have one more question for your practice. A milk center sold milk to 50 customers. The table below gives the number of customers and milk they purchased. Find the mean of the milk sold by Dirac method. Again here we have to find out the mean, and that mean will be solved with the help of Dirac method. तो अभी देखो यहाँ पे हमें क्या करना है, हमें सबसे पहले क्या करना है, ये जो मिल्क सोल्ड की वैल्यू दी हुई है दैट इज योर क्लास, एंड नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर्स जो दिया है दैट इज योर फ्रीक्वेंसी. तो हमें यही डेटा को वर्टिकल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करना है. उसके बाद क्या करना है, उसके बाद दो एडिशनल कॉलम बनानी है. पहला कॉलम होगा क्लास मार्क का और दूसरा कॉलम किसका होगा, FIXI. अंडर दैट क्लास मार्क कॉलम आपको क्या करना है, आपको ये क्लास की मिड वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है. सो बिटवीन 1 and 2 यू विल गेट 1.5, between 2 and 3 you will get 2.5, between 3 and 4 you will get 3.5, between 4 and 5 you will get 4.5, between 5 and 6 you will get 5.5, and accordingly you have to solve the question. I hope you understood the question, and now best of efforts for solving this question.